more of that's coming from Leia on the third. So let's see what happens. Excited to see what they bring to the table.
And you talk about kind of who to return to. You know, we are playing indoors. The ball's flying a little bit more quickly than in some other warmer climates, excuse me. So we'll see if we get some more third shot drives as opposed to drops, as
Correct.
Vivian Glozman will serve to start us off. And to your point, Judith, we do have Leia Jansen starting off on the left side for Columbus. The sliders in the red, the slice in the white on your screen. Full steam ahead there for the Columbus sliders. Leia Jansen all-out attack on that forehand. As Columbus strikes first.
It's a great setup there by Todd, and we see them playing straight up. That's a different look. I like it.
Vivian Glozman finds the speed up in the middle for this sliders team. It's really, for Leia Jansen and Paris Todd, it's really their first season playing consistently together, and they've done very well. They're 16-7 so far. One of those wins coming against Chicago, but it was when it was Callie Smith and Vivian David before the Slice made that trade to get Vivian Glozman on their squad.
Yeah, Vivian David now for the Atlanta Bouncers. Super solid player on the right.
Now they've got a lot of length in Vivian Glozman. Likes that right side as well. Really pretty there, kind of a mini Ernie there from Vivian Glozman. Puts Chicago on the board. And a very deep return there. We're right on that back side, or that baseline, excuse me, and it's just barely caught the back. Another deep return.
I mean, we talk about, you know, shots in pickleball, but the first 4 shots, it's what makes the difference. A big serve, good return, you know, a good third, and definitely like
sticking that fourth volley.
Exactly. So once you pass those first 4 shots, I think everything else comes into, you know, tactic. But you cannot get into tactic if you don't do those first 4 shots like you're supposed to.
I think that's a great point there, and we see a really nice third from Paris Todd. That's a great point. I was in the booth with Leia Jansen, and she kind of spoke about the same thing. It's like you can do all the cool stuff at the kitchen, but if you can't get up to the kitchen line consistently on serve, then you're not going to have a chance to show it off. Just the fundamentals so important, even at this pro level, the best in the world. And a bit of a, Callie Smith tripped a little bit there, is maybe wrong-footed on a really nice angled drop from Paris Todd as Columbus takes a 3-1 lead. Pretty Ernie there from Callie Smith, and has to get out of the way for the response.
Really nice agility, you know. That's a really good play, way to put that pressure there, making the court smaller and being able to execute the Ernie.
So we are seeing Chicago play straight up. They're not really stacking at all yet. Would you like to see them stack at all, or do you like the straight up play from the Slice?
I like this straight up play. I'll say the reason now here soon.
Too much Callie Smith there.
The reason I like it is both players for the Chicago Slice are tall. Their length is very, very good. The power that Vivian Glozman has on her shots it's really good. And the counter that Kali has been working on that two-handed backhand, coming from the right side, that gives an advantage there for Chicago when they play on that format.
Wow, what a shot from Callie Smith. That one somehow stays in. A really nice run here from Chicago.
Yeah, nice half Scorpio there for Kali. Good reflexes.
We do get a timeout. No, it's a challenge at Utah. It will be used as a timeout.
Columbus loses 1 free. Has 3 free video checks remaining. Will resume play.
You do lose the timeout. I think they lost it.
Not a real sport. Not a real athlete. Not a real challenge. No grit. No drama. No stakes. Nothing to brag about. This isn't real work. Real talent. Real skill. Pickleball? That's not a real sport.
Well,
Could have thought they were challenging the in ruling. I'll do some more research on that as Columbus kind of coming out of the timeout gets a good point there to get the serve back. Knotted up at 3 here.
this is pad that if I'm Paris Todd, I'm trying not to go there on Kali. You know, Kali is sitting heavy backhand. If you attack a little more that right shoulder, you're going to be able to get an easier ball to attack later.
So you want to go more to that forehand instead of the backhand of Kali.
Correct. When she's on the right.
Right.
Really nice slide there by Leah. She was ready for both sides and just sit down really well on that backhand counter, two-handed backhand counter.
Nice shot there from Paris Todd as the serve goes back to Columbus. The Chicago team had a really nice women's doubles win over Brooklyn's Rachel Rohrbacher and Jackie Kawamoto yesterday. So coming into this matchup, certainly with some confidence.
I mean, they're a super talented team. And they have the grit, they have the fight. So when you combine all of those together and you come with momentum, I think they've been playing a few events in a row. That helps with confidence as well.
Just too much pressure there for Columbus. In the middle of that rally, we had kind of a shot that looked like it could have been an overhead, but Columbus let it bounce, but they still kept the momentum in that point as they get to 5-3. Dink in the net gives the Sliders a 6-3 lead. We get to the side switch with Columbus in the air. What do you want to see more of from Chicago coming out of the side switch as they look to cut into this lead?
They haven't used their drive pretty much, you know, when they've had this serve. So I would like to see a little more drive thirds. I think they have the power and the ability to win fast hands exchange against anybody, actually. So why not use it, you know?
And we'll see if they can use that length as well. You spoke about that earlier. to your point, we're not seeing Chicago win a ton of these dink rallies as we see right there, so potentially going to that third shot drive could help them at least change the tide, or at least give a different look to Columbus. We see it right there.
Good job, Glozman. Thank you for proving us a little bit right. I mean, it's hard to drop in these conditions, and when you play against players like, for example, Leah in this case, her repertoire is so big right now that she can do so many things with the ball. So take your strength and use it.
And we just see part of that repertoire there for Leah Jansen, able to handle that speed up. As Chicago cuts the lead to 2, but the serve back to the sliders. No good from Glozman. It looked like Jansen was kind of already standing off the kitchen line.
I think he saw it in advance, you know, kind of caught Glozman off balanced. I would have just dinked it back, let the point begin again, but hey, great serve by Leah.
Columbus now up to an 8-4 advantage.
If I'm the slice, I'm calling a timeout right now.
A little bit surprised that we haven't seen it yet.
So smart by Paris. See?
Again, that one just into the net. It wasn't necessarily a low drive there from Columbus, but
yeah, it was
maybe going to be out in your opinion?
Yes, I think so.
A game point for the sliders.
One of the things that, you know, Leah mentioned yesterday, this is their 5th tournament in a row.
Right.
You know, so they obviously got to know how to play together. And that chemistry on the court, that communication without saying anything, you know, it's very important, and they're doing a really good job.
Especially for kind of a first time at pairing. Of course, Leah Jansen was acquired by this team via trade during the preseason, during the premier level free agency draft. But Chicago does get the serve back, and they do put one on the board there. And that's kind of what you would like to see more of, just that more fast-paced play.
Correct. I mean, they have great drives, so they haven't used them yet, just a couple times. This point that they won on the previous one, so, you know, when the ball is there to drive it, 1000% get after it.
That's 2 in a row. Missed dink there from Paris Todd. Potentially some scoreboard pressure coming into play here. As the Slice looking to work their way back.
We talked about timeouts. If the Slice gets this point, sliders need to take a timeout and regroup because they are on the first serve. Really nice combo by Leah.
Just kind of stopping that run in its tracks now onto a second serve. But just what a combination there from Leah Jansen as Columbus gets the serve back. 2 more game points coming up.
She made it look easy. That angle was not easy to do.
Very short angle, no way to get that. That reset gets away from Paris Todd.
Yeah, that's a nice setup by Vivian Glozman and a good finish by Kali, you know. Vivian goes to the outside foot, opens up the court, and Kali finishes through the middle.
Bit of an out ball hit there by Leah Jansen. And hear her apologizing to Paris Todd after that one, but
Yeah,
Chicago staying in it.
Yeah, Paris is looking at the bench, asking for a timeout.
Got a little towel timeout.
Leah says one more. Let's see what happens in this point.
That one just wide for Callie Smith. Potentially, we could see maybe an offensive timeout. Let's say Columbus gets the serve back here. They've been stuck on 10 for a few side outs. But it's hard to call timeout when you're at game point.
Correct. And now I will call it right now.
Yep.
Slice to get into that 8. That's way too close, you know, on the scoreboard. They've been kind of getting the momentum back for the last couple side outs. So definitely a good change of momentum. A break of momentum, actually.
And sometimes even just taking, you know, a bit of a time, like a little time, not even to discuss anything tactical. Sometimes it's really just
to chill.
Yes, just to kind of get your opponents off the court. Callie Smith will serve at 7.
Music down, please.
Just a bit of a pause to get the music down.
Columbus, no timeouts. Chicago, no timeouts.
Now we're ready to go.
Time in. 7-10-2. Point.
Another one for Chicago. Now it's at 8. Still on second serve.
8-10-2.
Most of those slower rallies had been going the way of Columbus. Now we see Chicago winning some of those. Is now a missed return from Leah Jansen. The lead down to just 1 unit.
They need a return here. Doesn't necessarily have to be good. And just pick the drive coming.
The net, we do get that drive, and it ends up paying off for Chicago, tied at 10. It's going to take more than 11 in our first game of this match.
10-2.
And a big side out there for Columbus, but again, a huge run from Chicago.
We see them stacking right now.
10-10-1.
Paris on the left. Nice backhand flick through the middle, and that's where you see the power of this team unit. When you're, you know, if one player feels like they're not at their best, or if another player feels really good, you can sack them on the left.
11-10-1.
Very versatile.
Correct, and depends where the opponents are standing, you know.
Second serve.
It's a great point.
I really like the idea of actually right now Paris being on the left, because on that comeback,
11-10-2.
they felt the need of changing something, and you can do that when you're on the serve. More comfortable than on the return.
Another game point saved. That is 4.
Ten, 11-1.
The net, Callie Smith unable to get her paddle out of the way, but just the crowd loving that fast-paced exchange.
And that's the beauty of women's doubles. You know, those speed-ups, those hands battles.
10-11-2.
I mean, that's awesome pickleball right now.
the middle again, and Callie Smith catching fire.
Tied 2-11.
It's a race to 2.
11-11-2. Side out.
And again, Callie Smith attacking off of that drive. As Andre Daescu a little coaching, nothing too extreme.
You found the play, I'm listening to what he has to say. He's
sure.
one of the good ones in the sport.
It's always the shot that looks like it's the easiest to make that we end up missing.
Can we talk about that overhead from Paddletek?
Little slice on that, little
That
spin.
was pretty good.
11-11-2.
It's difficult to do that with a pickleball as opposed to a tennis ball. And just too much Paris. Todd gets the high backhand. Game point number 5 for Columbus. Can they close it out?
We did not see this on the screen, but we have it right here in front of us. Leah asked Paris, do you want to stack be on the left? Paris said yes.
12-11-2.
That communication, that willingness to change positions for the benefit of the team, that's what you want to see.
It's huge.
Side out.
Again, just no one can close out this match. Chicago staying alive. But to your earlier point, Yuta, just about that partner communication and trust. Trusting to know when you're feeling your best, when you're not, when you're playing your best.
Yeah.
So important, especially in MLP. And it somehow stays in. Paris Todd had a look at that one. And it was so high, I mean, it looks like it was almost going to go out, but it stays squarely in.
It had the backspin, you know, when she made the defense, that
12-12-1.
made the ball stay on the court. Really good defense right there by Chicago Slice.
12-12 now.
I like this pattern for the sliders.
Going from Leah to Callie on that left side, that backhand to backhand.
I really like that for the sliders. You know, I think Leah is very consistent there. At some point, Callie's gonna change direction, and then Paris can speed up the ball. It didn't work out for them though.
As we have
13-12-1.
game point now for Chicago, 13-12. And that is going to do it. What a comeback from the Chicago Slice. Callie Smith and Vivian Glozman get it done. They hold their nerve, and they have Chicago leading 1-0 over the Columbus Sliders. And the lefty serving for
0-0-2.
Chicago, him and James Ignatowich, college tennis teammates at the University, or Vanderbilt. Max Freeman starting things off with the speed up off the bounce. CJ Klinger and Andre Daescu have actually won a PPA Tour title together. They won in Daytona
1-0-2.
Beach at the tail end of 2024. That one just long off the tape from James Ignatowich. And for Daescu, I mean, the 2025 season he's been having, at least on the PPA side, I mean, 4 men's doubles titles, 1 with Ben Johns, 3 with Christian Alshon. Pretty there from Daescu.
I mean, we were talking about length before, and this pretty tall team in that sense. You know, they can move very, very well on the court, cover a lot of court at the same time, and their ability to, you know, do things without the ball is what makes this team special.
1-1-2. Side out.
That's well disguised day by James. We're gonna see a lot of power, you know, coming from the Chicago Slice on Max Freeman and James Ignatowich. You know, they train with Ryan Fook. Kudos to him. He's watching right now. So, and to Blaine Hovenier, they are for part of the Soccer Hard Eight. So, they know these guys very well.
Both these guys, they'd like to play fast. I think you're going to see Daescu and Klinger potentially a little bit more comfortable in those extended dink rallies.
1-1-2.
Freeman will serve, knotted up at 1.
Point.
And that drive gets the job done for the Slice as Klinger looking to unwind the stack.
2-1-2.
To keep Klinger on the right side as a lefty.
Point.
And that speed up, no good from CJ Klinger. Just playing a little fast so far is Columbus, and Chicago is really taking full advantage.
Yeah, this is a match that
3-1-2.
I think you want to be patient with the Chicago Slice.
Side out.
They really like that pace, have a ton of power on those counters.
Yeah, I will make the ball bounce in front of the Chicago Slice. You know, let's see what you can do off the bounce and be ready to counter.
Ignatowich taking that one out of the air. Columbus, second serve, trailing 1-3.
1-3-2. Point.
Good serve by CJ.
Very deep, very heavy.
2-3-2.
Yeah, they need to get a few points here.
Ignatowich going for the speed up, no good as Columbus ties it up at 3.
I mean, they play that point exactly like we mentioned before. You know, make the ball bounce in front of the Chicago Slice. Wait for them to speed up, be ready to counter.
Any high ball to James Ignatowich, that's going to be difficult to return, as we see there.
3-3-1. Second serve.
Well, that's a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, it works for Columbus. That drive from Max Freeman. Daescu unable to get over to cover the line as Chicago edges back out in front.
And that's one of the things that happens when you are stacking, you know. Your partner at the kitchen line has to do a good job of covering the middle if the return is short. So that's one of the, I guess, you know, not disadvantages, but one of the challenges that you have to face whenever you have to unstack no matter what.
What a pretty backhand flick from CJ Klinger. Didn't overpower it, just a little flick to get that top spin.
I mean, that off speed down to the feet, it's magnificent.
Second serve.
Ignatowich able to win that fast exchange, able to get that backhand into the body of Daescu.
4-4-2.
Very well done.
missed dink gives Columbus their first lead of this game.
5-4-2. Stop play. Height.
And we do get a service warning from our referee on CJ Klinger's serve, saying that
5-4-2.
going to make contact with the ball at a lower point. Intentional release on that next serve. And the missed overhead from James Ignatowich. That's going to send us to the side switch. Unless we get a challenge, to be a quick confirmation. Call will stand, and teams will switch sides now. It's 6-4. The Sliders looking to even us up after Chicago won women's doubles.
6-4-2 with Columbus serve.
I would like to see this match go to a dream breaker.
You think so?
I would love to see that.
You'd love to see that?
Yes.
And Chicago played a dream breaker yesterday, beating the Atlanta Bouncers.
21-16, I think was the score, no?
That is correct. It was Max Freeman who closed it out, I believe.
6-4-2.
Yes. James Ignatowich who closed it out, actually. Big win for Chicago.
It's a really nice pad by CJ Klinger. I mean, James is kind of a little bit, sitting for that backhand. And he speeds up to the right shoulder.
7-4-2.
Off speed, really, really good.
Just the hands, the reaction time to be able to track that ball off the net. So impressive there from Columbus.
Max behind you.
Finished in style from Daescu. Columbus now at 8-4, and now we get a timeout from the Chicago Slice, looking to stay in this men's doubles game. CJ Klinger and Andre Daescu on a nice run here, leading 8-4 over James Ignatowich and Max Freeman. Overshoots that one, does Max Freeman. Columbus now within 2 points of evening this contest ahead of mixed doubles.
9-4-2. Point.
Unusual miss there by James Ignatowich.
10-4-2.
That was kind of like a hybrid drive by Daescu, but that's game point for the Sliders.
10-4. And saved with a tag there from Ignatowich as Daescu takes the ball to the chest. 1 game point saved for the Slice.
4-10-1.
And Ignatowich coming across the middle. Not a full-scale crash off the drive, just a little kind of half crash, but it gets the job done.
I mean, that's a great setup there by Max Freeman.
5-10-1.
Really well done.
Second serve. 5-10-2.
Pretty Ernie from Daescu.
And we see that again. That's the second one he's done in this match. CJ is kind of pushing Max outside of the court, forcing him to hit the ball either middle or cross court. He chooses to go a little bit more line. And Daescu with his length and his movement. That's beautiful, Ernie.
Game point again for Columbus. And the speed up, no good for Max Freeman. The Columbus Sliders take it 11-5 in men's doubles over the Chicago Slice, and which means we are even.
Time in, 0-0-2. Side out.
That one just a bit wide there from Max Freeman on the third shot.
0-0-1.
too much from Andre Daescu, making his presence known in the middle as Columbus gets on the board first.
1-0-1.
That one stays in for Chicago as Paris Todd was looking to crash. Second serve now.
1-0-2. Point. 2-0-2.
That's a really nice counter there by Max Freeman. He saw the spot. That's not easy to do. That forehand, kind of inside out.
As the
really
serve
good job.
goes back to Chicago after a nice 2-0 run from the sliders to start off mixed doubles. Very pretty from Paris Todd. High backhand, able to get it low.
0-2-2.
Pretty Ernie from Callie Smith.
Side out.
Oh, we got
But
a foot fault.
Foot fault was called.
I was gonna say today's the Ernie day.
Still can be. I mean, we had the attempt. It looked pretty, but
2-0-1.
just that right foot, Callie Smith unable to get it to land.
Yes, sir. Point. Yes, the football was here. Side out.
Questioning, Max Freeman
I
questioning.
said it over the loudspeaker. I'm sorry, sir.
But this is
Foot
the thing,
fault?
because he stopped that point, because he grabbed the ball, didn't finish playing the point,
Point
he
here.
loses this point immediately.
That is
So-
a great point.
What's to come?
Kind of put it out of your head, and they can't even challenge the foot fault call because it's that point. You know, we're a few points removed from it now, and Columbus now up 4-0 after that one into the net. We'll see if Chicago can kind of reset mentally
4-0-1.
after a disappointing sequence there.
Second serve.
One of the things here, you know, with this type of courts, when the ball bounces, it stays lower than usual. So you really need to use your legs, get that paddle under the ball. Otherwise, you're going to be
4-0-2.
making a few mistakes on the net that you normally wouldn't do.
Point.
As we see there is that return into the net, 5-0. And what a start here for the sliders.
Timeout, Chicago.
But we will
5-0-2.
get a timeout here from getting to the side switch with a 6-point lead.
5-0-2.
Pretty counter there from Chicago. It's exactly the type of point you want to have coming out of a timeout, especially to get the serve back and potentially put some points on the scoreboard.
Correct. Now is the time to execute for the Chicago slice.
Second serve. Hold on just a second. 0-5-2. Point.
Good hands,
Counter
Max.
there from Max Freeman, just the hands. Not exactly sure how he got a paddle on that. It was coming, looked like towards his face, but he does get the slice on the board, 1-5.
1-5-2. Side out.
Serve back to Columbus,
Hold on a
looking to
second.
get to 6.
Okay. 5-1-1.
That one just wide as Columbus. Gets the
from the mid-season tournament where they beat us on the final, so we're definitely hungry about, you know, that match, that win.
Wanting to get the home crowd involved as well. An awesome crowd here in St. Louis, and it's only Friday.
The crowd has been fantastic in this event so far.
It's awesome to have it here in Chaffetz Arena, Sporting Arena indoors.
So smart by Daescu. He goes off speed to Kali, creates a papa because he's waiting for that ball to come fast at her, and then he just finishes on Max Freeman. Really well played.
Columbus catching fire, 7-1. Won the ATP from Max Freeman. It looked like Todd had such a good angle on that forehand dink, but Freeman able to get it and eventually finish the point, serve back to Chicago.
And that's one of the things that you take, you know, one of the risks that you take when rolling the ball against the guy's side, because they can get there quickly and execute really, really well. So Max, you know, hit the ATP, was ready for that put away as well. Good job, Freeman.
Missed return there from Todd.
Hold on a sec. Two, 7-2. Side out.
Callie Smith looking to attack there from transition zone, unable to get it to go.
7-2-1. Second serve.
And just short. It looked like it was about to trickle over the net, but no good.
7-2-2.
Through the middle there from Max Freeman.
Very well done by Max again. You know, I think he's doing a good job by opening the court and finishing through the middle, stretching out the players from the Columbus sliders. Let's see if they can get a few more points here and tie the game a little bit more.
That one just long.
Second serve.
From Max Freeman, and looks like we will get a challenge to 3 on a first serve.
Ball was in.
Yeah, that one fully in there. What a flick from Max Freeman through the middle. We'll see if he can get some momentum here, trying to keep Chicago in this mixed doubles game.
Time in. 3-7-1. Second serve.
Freeman looking to kind of poach on that volley, but unable to get it to go.
3-7-2. Point.
And those are the misses. You know, you just came back from you just went from like a 7-1 lead. You know, 3 points here. You don't want to give anything away. You know, even though you are on the lead, you need to keep pushing there and don't step off the gas.
Still alive. And off-speed overhead didn't take the bounce that Callie Smith was expecting, but you've got to respect the defense from Chicago to extend that rally. But serve back to Columbus, but again, like you said, looking to get off 7, but get stuck for a few side outs. Nice close there from Todd.
Yeah, nice drive by Andre, setting that you know, that finish there for Paris. Drive through the middle. A lack of communication there by Chicago Slice, and really nice finish by Paris Todd.
Nice lead there as Daescu making his presence felt.
I mean, nice step there by Andre. You know, he didn't overpower it, he just was there.
9-4. That one overcooked by Callie Smith, and what a response here from the sliders. They get 3 points. Brings up game point for Daescu and Paris Todd.
I mean, she was there. The only thing is that she went with kind of like a backspin type of forehand. If she goes with the top spin, that's a winner through the middle.
Second serve.
One game point saved as Daescu looking to attack off that third shot. That one sails long from Max Freeman, and the Columbus Sliders take it 11-4 over the Chicago Slice. They now lead 2-1. Vivian Glozman will serve to start us off.
0-0-2.
Drop volley, and it pays off for CJ Klinger. That shot some people love that shot, others don't like it so much. What are your thoughts on the drop volley unit?
It depends where your opponents are. If they are like 2-3 feet behind the baseline, for sure, drop them. They most likely will cause a pop-up or an error. So that's a good option always. Now, if they are actually inside the court, please keep them back, because that drop shot, if it's not good, now you are in trouble because you made them come up to the kitchen line.
So inviting them up to that position.
Yeah, I think CJ made the right choice by dropping that ball.
Just a pretty sequence from CJ Klinger. I mean, just calls his own number on the shake and bake.
I mean, once he takes that forehand, you better wish that, you know, you return somewhere else.
That put away with a vengeance by James Ignatowich.
Two.
Nice pressure there by Chicago Slice. You know, I think they are a very powerful team. They need to use that in their advantage.
0-2-1.
That stays in. He had the initial out call from Ignatowich, but just catches the line. This could be a situation where you maybe want to challenge the in ruling.
Okay, James, you cooled the ball in.
And we will get a challenge of the in ruling. We talked about this earlier. I mean, it was...
Referee timeout. Review. Call stands. Call was in. Chicago.
Call will stand as we expected that ball in. Very pretty from CJ Klinger.
1-3 video challenge remaining. Resume play at 0-2-2.
Second serve coming up from James Ignatowich.
Time in. 0-2-2.
Great cover from Leia. It was a great lob from Vivian Glozman that kind of switched the whole landscape of that point.
Yeah, I mean, you have the sliders putting pressure there at the kitchen line. most likely, you know, Leah was ready for that early in that case. Really good job by Glozman taking the pressure off from the slice. And really nice recovery, great defense by Leah. Just
1-2-2.
Not quite enough.
Correct. Unfortunate there at the end.
Nice lead there from CJ Klinger.
That's good eye. Many people would have hit that.
Especially, it's so easy to want to just put that away. It's at your shoulder. It's easy to kind of hit an overhead on. But nice discipline from the sliders to get the serve back with a 2-1 lead.
1-1. Second serve.
Good job by James finding the fit. You know, like not low, not high, just perfectly placed.
Okay. 2-1-2. Side out.
CJ Klinger, James Ignatowich, very familiar with each other. They've played some men's doubles events on the PPA Tour, most recently the PPA Masters earlier this season in Palm Springs back in January.
Second serve.
They actually made a final together in Milwaukee in 2024, so both of these guys familiar with the game styles. We'll see how that's going to impact this dynamic. Nice defense from Chicago, but just too much pressure from Klinger and Jansen. Serve back to the sliders.
Yeah, one of the things, you know, we always mention, you know, partnerships or times that they've played together in the past. But the sport of pickleball is evolving so much that players have to constantly, you know, learn new shots, new spots, new combinations. You know, so like the player that we had 3 months ago, it's not the player that we have right now. So that's the beauty of this sport right now that is developing and the players with it.
It's a great point. You see that coming true even just throughout this season as well. Not even just from year to year, but from month to month, like you said. Pickleball rapidly evolving, becoming faster.
1-2-1.
Nice speed up there from Ignatowich.
Point.
Missed return helps Chicago tie things up at 2.
Stop play.
Now we'll have James Ignatowich be called for.
Upward arc. Here we go.
He doesn't even need to say it. You know, he already knows.
Just have to make contact
From
via an
down
upward
to
arc. And that's a tough spot. Yes, it was a short return because of a great serve, but sometimes it can be difficult to deal with that short return because you can't really drive it without hitting up on the ball too much. We kind of saw that from James Ignatowich there, unable to really handle that third shot.
Point.
Going back to that return, you know, like the return is short, the ball is slow. And James could have easily put that ball somewhere else on the court, but really good job by CJ Klinger, close in the middle, making the court look small, and make James Ignatowich have to hit a perfect shot on a ball that it was hard to handle.
Back through the middle, and we're seeing the length of Vivian Glozman come into play here, so being able to reach in and take some of these shots out of the air.
4-2-2.
4-2 slice.
Side out.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm seeing is, you know, CJ is trying to close on the middle, but at the same time, he's a little bit sitting a little bit on his backhand. So anytime that James Ignatowich hits his flick, he's going a little bit across the body. So to CJ's forehand, and he's not quite ready for that shot.
Was certainly ready there as he reads that shot, able to step through the middle. And always looking for that forehand, especially in the middle from the right side.
Just a big serve, great setup, great finish.
3-4-2.
Overall, really nice play.
Side out.
Just as soon as we say something about the serve, we get a serve into the net there from Leah Jansen. Bit of a slower pace. Points have been harder to come by so far in the second mixed doubles game. And that's 2 in a row.
I think Vivian felt bad about it and just to be back. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of
4-3-2.
missed serves this week.
Do you think that just being inside is potentially one of the causes of that?
I agree on that. The ball flies a little bit different here than it would normally do, you know, outdoors.
I think a little high there from Leah Jansen, and Chicago gets to 5-3, looking to get to the side switch.
Yeah, but that's a great setup from James Ignatowich. You know, he's pressuring from the cross court on Leah's, you know, backhand, and he's making her hit a really good shot cross court back, because if she goes middle, James is there with the forehand. And if she goes line, Glozman is sitting on it. So it's a tough combination right here.
Serving with the slice up 6-3, looking to force a dream breaker. Nice overhead there from CJ Klinger. Glozman had some success with the lob earlier in this game, but no good there.
Yeah, but at that point, it all started when Leah took that step and went for the earning, you know, making CJ take more court. Making CJ take more court and putting more pressure on the Chicago slice. You know, having to do something with it, having to go behind CJ's back for him to hit a backhand, but just really good from the sliders. Really nice tactic there.
And here comes Columbus. CJ Klinger catching fire. The sliders pull within 1.
5-6-1.
Make it 3 in a row for the slice. Just firing on all cylinders is Columbus, and we do get
Timeout. Correction. Chicago. Timeout.
Columbus is going to continue to roll with those drives like you were talking about, and if Chicago can just kind of re-find their footing
6-6-1.
here, needing a win.
I don't mind it there. The fact that CJ was taking those middle balls is making the court look smaller. And just a missed shot by Leah. But other than that, that's really well executed, really well planned. Just missed on the execution.
Pretty backhand flip there from Ignatowich, and that timeout proving to be effective as Chicago gets the serve back.
6-6-1.
And that's what an earning from Leah Jansen. The second one that we've seen from her in the second half of this game. We'll see if that continues.
6-6-2.
Yeah, and that pressure is what's going to make them win more points. You know, that gives a little more freedom to CJ to take those middle balls right there. And miscommunication there, but other than that, I think they're doing the right thing to win this match.
7-6-2.
Point of the match so far, just lengthy dink. 8-6 for Chicago. needing a win to extend this match to a dream breaker.
8-6-2.
Ball that James Ignatowich wants back, had a high forehand, unable to make clean contact. Serve goes back to Columbus.
I think he was afraid to hit that ball.
Had too big of an opportunity, the eyes got too wide.
Second serve.
That's really well executed. You know, CJ hits the ball slightly high. His backhand side is open.
6-8-2.
Good job by Glozman putting that ball down.
Nice duck there from CJ Klinger. He's 6'3", so he definitely had to move to get out of the way of that one, but does it successfully.
7-8-2.
Do you practice those moves, Will?
I certainly do not, because I am not over 6 feet tall. If I were, I might have to. Maybe that's a question for Andre Daescu or CJ Klinger, even James Ignatowich as well.
8-8-2.
Really nice drive by Lea Jansen there through the middle. That ball had a lot of dip. Having a lot of dip means that that ball is high and then suddenly just drops down. So really well executed there by Lea.
Columbus inching ahead. The big side out for Chicago. Now trailing by 1. It's been a story of one team getting maybe 2 to 3 points per side out. It's been close the whole way through. CJ Klinger puts it away with a vengeance.
Nicely done there by CJ, taking that fourth and finishing with that overhead.
9-2.
CJ Klinger there on the backhand counter.
Why let it go out when you can slam it down?
Exactly. Yeah, no need to let it fly past you. Just finish the point yourself. Serve back to Columbus.
Point.
And off of the net, Vivian Glozman unable to get there. Makes it a 4-point swing for Columbus. Game and match points for the Sliders.
10-8-1.
With the overhead from CJ Klinger, the Columbus Sliders close it out 3-1. And it's the Columbus Sliders kicking off their St. Louis campaign with a 3-1 victory over the Chicago Slice. Couple close ones at the end in that second mixed doubles game, but the Sliders get into crucial 3 standings points. We've got Lea Jansen and Andre Daescu standing by on championship court. Guys, great playing, Lea. I will start with you. Had a tough loss in that women's doubles game to start things off, but you thought you rebounded really well in mixed doubles to close out the match. Talk about what it took from you and CJ, especially you were down 6-8 and then you score 5 in a row to close it out. Talk about what it took to get this regulation victory for your team.
Yeah, I mean, James and Viv, they have so much length on the court. We were having a lot of trouble getting in, so I just decided to try and stay low on my drive and really go for it, and hopefully I could swing through them, and it worked.
And Andre, a crucial event for this Columbus team, but it's been a long season, a very long stretch for your squad. Just talk about the mentality coming into your final regular season event after multiple weeks on the road.
Yeah, that's our 5th week on the road as a team. Like you said, last one of the regular season for us, but we made the playoffs, and look, it's good because we have a lot of rhythm. We've played a lot of pickleball together. We know we have the tendencies going, and we know what we're doing out there as a team. At the same time, obviously, physically, it's a little tougher when you go 5 weeks in a row. But look, we're competing really well. You know, the way we bounce back, you know, after losing that first one, shows that we're a very competitive team. The level is definitely there. We're up 10-4 in the women's as well. So we're playing well. We're competing well, and we're just gonna finish it strong. Looking forward to playing the home team here tonight at 5 o'clock, I think it was.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. Your next match, the St. Louis Shock. Great playing this afternoon. We'll see you back here on Championship Court for Friday night action here from Chaffetz Arena. Guys, great playing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we are